What does your luggage say about you when you're traveling? I'll tell you what mine says. That I'm an old grandmother. I have this old Samsonite fabric suitcase and it used to be deep purple, but now it looks grey brown. It's frayed, it's faded, and well, let's just say it's not a pretty sight. But it does a job. And then I'm at the airport waiting at the conveyor belt and I see all these fancy, shiny, bright suitcases in colors that I would have never imagined luggage in. Silver, neon, bubblegum pink. And I'm like, it's a moment of awkwardness. And then I go back to whatever. But that's the thing, right? The luggage industry seems to have undergone this crazy makeover. You know what I'm talking about. Like back in the day, VIP and Safari were synonymous with those plain old black and grey and brown suitcases. But now, luggage is as important as the clothes you wear. I mean, it is a part of the whole airport look, right? In the last few years, startups like Mokobara, Nasher Miles, Assembly, and Uppercase have turned luggage into an aspirational lifestyle product with smart social media marketing and vibrant aesthetics. Also, important to note is that travel itself has changed after COVID. People started traveling again with a vengeance. You remember this. It's not just about family vacations anymore, and it's not just restricted to mostly rich people. There's been an upsurge in solo travel, in business travel, in short weekend trips, you name it. Even the duration of trips has shortened, but the frequency of general travel has increased from once in every 3 months to once in 45 days. Plus, every vacation needs to be posted on Instagram, right? Honestly, I'm no different. So, the suitcase has got to fit in with the Instagram aesthetic. So, it makes sense that it has gone from functionality to being a style statement in itself. All these new age luggage brands have the interest of venture capitals. And yes, for now, VC backed luggage brands only have a tiny slice of the market. But that slice has been growing quickly enough to get the old guards nervous. Welcome to Daybreak, a business podcast from the Ken. I'm your host, Nigta Sharma, and I don't chase the news cycle. Instead, every day of the week, my colleague Rahil Philippos and I will come to you with one business story that is worth understanding and worth your time. An executive at VIP, the 6,000 crore company, told my colleague, the Ken reporter Gaurav Bagar, that until very recently, legacy companies were making what they were best at. But now, they are being challenged to make new things that people demand. The nearly 6 decade old company that makes bags under the names of Carlton, Skybags, and Aristocrat saw its stock drop by a quarter over the past 12 months. No thanks to all the competitive pressure, a management reshuffle, and also growing debt concerns. Safari too has been forced to adapt to the changing tides, growing its online sales and launching more bags that straddle the line between affordable and high end. But to be fair, investors seem to think that it has done a decent job considering that its stock was up by nearly 25% in 2024. Samsonite is feeling the pressure too. The global giant has dominated the higher price range space. In the year ending in March 2024, it was at the top with a 35% market share. But in an earnings call, its CEO Kyle Gendro said that the level of discounting in the market started by increasing competition is unsustainable for its margin profile. And these new age drivers have come in and targeted the mass premium price range, where products are generally priced between 3,000 to 10,000 rupees. And this is what is especially worrying for legacy companies. This price point has much better margins than the budget segment that has long been VIP and Safari's mainstay. Not just that, it is also one where there is more of an opportunity to keep customers coming back to buy more. And then there is the question of keeping up appearances. Most of these legacy companies had designs that were pretty basic. Uppercase's head of marketing, Ramya Ramachandran, told us that travel is no longer about you visiting someplace. It is about what you capture and put on Instagram. Like we talked about earlier, social media travel has people rethinking how their luggage looks and what it says about them. Let's take Uppercase itself, for example. Its trolleys have textured surfaces and graffiti esque designs. And then there is Mokobara with its bold olive green and black and yellow suitcases that would stand out on any airport conveyor belt. But let's not make the mistake of reducing this whole thing to just looks. There's also the question of innovation. But innovating within a legacy brand and innovating for a new age brand are not the same thing, even if ultimately they offer the same products. Stay tuned for more on this. An analyst pointed out to us how, apart from just better looks, these new age luggage brands like Mokobara and Nasher Miles also offer a wider variety of more differentiated products at the same price point compared to legacy players. For example, they said VIP and Safari mostly play around with colors in the 2500 rupees price range. On the other hand, a similarly priced piece from Nasher Miles might offer higher quality materials and wheels or a more interesting design. And then there is also the supply chain angle to take into account. Nearly all the industry executives and investors who spoke to the Ken said that hard luggage made of durable plastics has taken over the market from soft luggage like duffel bags and fabric suitcases that were once upon a time popular. A Safari executive told us that such bags are more conducive to creating a wide range of design options. Plus, harder luggage is just cheaper and simpler to manufacture at scale because it does not require physical labor to stitch. Soft luggage, on the other hand, is usually made in China and Bangladesh because these countries have a more advanced and efficient textile ecosystem. Hard luggage requires a simpler assembly process that can be easily done domestically. This has lowered the barrier to entry. For example, Uppercase's products are made in 8 factories located across India, all via manufacturing partners. But now the company is setting up its own factory in Maharashtra's Nashik. Other new brands are also mostly manufacturing in India, except Mokobara, which relies mostly on China for its supply chain given its higher price point compared to other new brands. The brand was recently in the spotlight after some social media users accused the company of white labeling, which is when a company just rebrands a mass produced item and sells it as its own. But soon after, many people jumped into the debate and clarified that Mokobara's designs are indeed its own and that the World Intellectual Property Organization website even lists Mokobara's registered designs for multiple products. Anyway, the point was hard luggage is cheaper to manufacture and more design friendly. So, why don't legacy companies just make fancier looking hard luggage? The co founder of Nasher Miles, Lokesh Daga, explained it to us. He said if VIP gets in loud colored suitcases and backpacks targeting 18 or 20-year-olds, it may not gel well with their brand positioning. But big players still need to focus on increasing their share in the mass premium market because it is these higher price tags that drive their profits. An analyst pointed out how before this their focus was on the mass range because that is where the volumes were. But they said you also have to remember that these products are also commoditized and heavily discounted at both the wholesale and retail level. Like Safari, for example, came up with the Urban Jungle range to premiumize while also optimizing the supply chain to offer better quality products in the same price range. And it shouldn't be so hard for these legacy companies because they follow the house of brands method for selling. So they can offer both premium and budget products under different lines. But you see, these legacy brands, like most other legacy brands, are heavily dependent on middlemen and distributors across the country. Newer brands, on the other hand, are going omnichannel. They are more in tune with customers' preferences because they mostly sell online. Having said that though, the likes of VIP and Safari are much bigger than these new age brands, and that is always an advantage. But if they don't catch up soon, new age luggage brands may cement themselves in this space for good.
Daybreak is produced from the newsroom of The Ken, India's first subscriber-focused business news platform. What you're listening to is just a small sample of our subscriber-only offerings. A full subscription unlocks daily long-form feature stories, newsletters, and podcast extras. To subscribe, head to theken.com and click on the red subscribe button on top of the Ken website. Today's episode was hosted by Snigdha Sharma and edited by Rajiv CM.